Another week down, another week coming with a meta report. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. Union Arena players, remember when I told you that hashtag is vitally important, or placing it somewhere where I can find it? If you want to be shown in the video, you gotta post those deck lists where I can see them so I can get that information, tunnel it all in. Because this week was a little bit lighter than normal, but I just want to make sure you guys get your lists covered, get the feels for things. And as you can see right now, the big boys that are topping right now this week is surprisingly none other than Kurapika. We have Toshi, and we have none other than Byakuya Kuchiki. Everybody else kind of only had one winner. I mean, yes, there's probably more data that I don't have at the moment, but again, when I look up the, hashtag, there's nobody using it. I mean, if you guys use it, it's going to be vital, or you guys got to put it in the Facebook group, which is linked in down below. So if you do one of these two things, I can find and give more accurate data. Right now, this is the best data I can give with all the information I have. So taking a look right now, we have Kurapika, Toshi, Byakuya, you have Old Man Yamamoto, we have none other than Bombers, Gones, specified slots, and then we do have Ichigo Kurosaki, aka Raidless Bleach. I would have to say we're gonna bump this one up one more because I forgot that the top 4 had one of these, but of the 33 case event, well, 10 box event. But taking a look though, we do know that Krollo, Zoldyck, and Green Gone and Yellow Bleach nowhere to be seen this week. And I didn't even see even data for the Zero Rush deck, anything like that, but it looks like Raidless Bleach is starting to tick down just a tad bit from where it's been doing in the past. So taking this information right now, let's go over it. Lewis's original deck that he did pretty well during the week, just in general. This was his base list. The 4 Hisokas, 4 Kurapika, 4 Neon, all these good stuff that vitally are important. And then basically when he did his case tournament, this is what his list looked like afterwards. He was playing Melodies in there, Leorio. If you want a more in-depth discussion, I do talk about this in the other video that I just posted not too long, like yesterday. So definitely check out that case event. I talk a little bit more, but just taking a look now, here's both Lewis's very much powerful Kurapika deck. He does this really well. He's probably one of the better Kurapika players that we have in the States. He just constantly tops with this deck. At any locals he goes to, he's most likely in the top 4 regardless, if not first place. Then we do have Bombers. Bombers taking in a slot is always fun to see, especially when you can take a look at these results. Just taking a look though, Paladin Necklace, Risky Dice, the whole drill. If you see these pieces, you kind of go off and make your opponent have a bad day. Then here is Nicholas's purple Byakuya list, aka Ichigo Byakuya. This is why Byakuya kind of just has moved up, because so many decks have started just teching Byakuya in, which is not a bad tech. It's actually a very smart tech in some circumstances because of the way it plays into Raidless Bleach. It plays well even into Kurapika, because that final push turn, you could easily clear the board because the Kurapika is going to be smaller. If they're not comfortable blocking, you're going to just deal with it. Then you do have just the same thing, Byakuya, Kuchiki, Ichigo. Only one Raid Rukia, which is kind of interesting, but they are using the research and development team card to help kind of just speed up. And I kind of can see that. Why would you use something when you can just speed up your turbo engine here, and then you can use the Squad Zero man here, right here. I'm not going to Tenjiro's ability to snag a piece back, so you can get some of your raid pieces back even if they landed in trash. So not a bad 4th place list. Then you do have went undefeated with his Byakuya build. This is just pure Byakuya, by the way, with Renji. So something to keep in mind when looking at it. He also does seem to have, check out my guide in the comments and matchups detailing. Let's see what it kind of looks like. So he does pretty good with his articles when he types out. So starts explaining everything here. Breakdown of Ray Byakuya for victory here. Losing da-da-da-da. When you're da-da-da-da-da. I'll definitely link this into the comments of the video so you guys can take a look. But just another Byakuya list. Even another Byakuya list that is kind of similar to the last one. You know, 4 Byakuya, 3 Ichigo, 2 Rukia. This is kind of like what I had for my list going, minus the Tenjiros. This is kind of crazy that this is where my list started out as. And wow. Wow, I gotta say, wow. Then you do have another Byakuya Kuchiki as well, with 2 Senbon Sakurai and 2 Getsuga Tensho. Just crazy. Then we're getting into Green Bleach. We got Toshi here. Toshi doing Toshi things with at least 4 Kenpachi Zaraki. Wow. And this is a max rarity kind of flex because he has all these 1 stars. Crazy. Then Captain Yamamoto himself taking another lead here. Then you have Toshiro doing so well as well. I like the action points here. That's kind of cool. But yeah. Funny enough, he topped twice in the same spot with his list, by the way. Then you also have East Coast Throws. This was another local player. He's been tweaking his Toshi deck for a bit. This is his final I am comfortable with list, which is kind of to be expected. You know, just keep this in mind. Then you do have another raidless Bleach here, 2nd place. And it's just very much, what's different here is they're using the starter deck Renji instead of the Renji with the raid effect. Kind of interesting. They are playing a lot more Renjis, so I don't know why this is the list, but hey, if it works for him, it works for him, right? I mean, yeah, that Renji is a 2-drop, helpful removal. I mean, it does some sort of DP minusing that'll help you out, but I mean, hey, this is really solid of a list as well. You know what? You guys did a great job. And then here's, you know, this is RJ's list. As always, another great player. He does really well in events. And you can take this with how he likes to play his deck. He is very a consistency champ. Everything has to be consistent. So that's why his Unohanas are at a higher count than most people's, just because he wants to get Unohana off, get this going live. This is why he has Nana, blah, blah, blah. That's why he has the bouncing one, the energy generator bouncer, all this stuff. He's just very much a consistency player, and when his decks lists are made, they are all about consistency. But you know, this is information that we have for week 3. What, week 4 maybe? Would this be classified week 4? Last week I talked about week 3. I think this is week 4 actually. If not, we are going into week 4 this week. But data wise, showing us that a lot of stores are starting to pick up multiple days. A lot of information comes from stores tops and knowing what decks topped and getting those pictures in. So if you guys really need to, please use those links. That definitely helps out the video and helps give me the most accurate data we can do. Use the hashtags, use whatever you can to get this to start trending, because if we can get this information out there, we can use this to cover data. And you guys want to know what decks are topping, especially once we start getting Jujutsu Kaisen coming in, because people are going to be asking, where's the list? Where's the list? If I don't have the list in hand, I'm not going to be able to present that to you guys. So make sure you use the hashtag Union Arena Tops as a way of doing it. If the hashtag is too long for you guys, I could always sum it up to UA Tops, and that could be another way of doing it. So let me know down in the comments if that's what you guys would prefer. Just something so when I search up this hashtag, I can find it. I just want to make sure I give you guys the accurate data. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.